AskReddit. People who are or have been in a relationship where your partner transformed, lost weight, grew out of their acne or awkwardness, got muscular, etc. into someone out of your league. How did everything play out? I dated a girl who, while she didn't exactly change, started putting more effort into her appearance. She assumed I didn't like the new her, getting her nails done and going tanning. Truthfully, I didn't mind one way or another. I think it gave her a confidence boost, which was good, until she got confident enough to cheat on me, citing that I didn't fit with her new lifestyle. My husband began dry curing meats for a living. Suddenly he's got the sexiest set of guns, and he smells like bacon. Random women have begun flirting with him. Now he dramatic casual shows off his wedding ring a lot. Former partner of mine went from cute to hot, and while that did not make her out of my league, she suddenly became much more insecure about things. It was weird. I was a skinny fat man. People found my goofiness hilarious. Then I lost weight and put on muscle. People looked at me like I was mentally ill when I made the same goofy jokes and faces and key movements. And I still don't get laid. My ex-boyfriend went from chubby to bodybuilding competitions in the 2 years we dated. He went from being sweet to self-absorbed and told me there's a drop-dead gorgeous girl at my gym you should work out so you can look like her. I ran half marathons and was in great shape at the time. He also started eating the same thing every meal, so no more dinner or ice cream dates. My first boyfriend used to be kinda chubby. He started going to the gym religiously. That, along with loss of appetite due to a medication he was taking, made him lose about 40 lbs. It totally boosted his confidence, which I was happy about for him, but his sex drive became too much higher than mine, and it turned into an issue. Not the partner, but I was with a guy for years, and I lost some weight, got pretty toned, changed my hair, and got a better job. None of it changed me, but it changed him. He started getting really paranoid about the male friends that I'd had for years, none of whom had been an issue before my transformation. He started trying to stop me from going out and got super paranoid. He wanted me to stop going to the gym and to put the weight back on. It ended our relationship. When we met, my husband was working shitty temp jobs that screwed him on money, wouldn't stand up for himself, and was terribly socially awkward. I was a different kind of socially awkward and I wasn't doing so hot myself, so we fit in well together. Now he makes way more than me, is incredibly fun at parties, and tells people to shove it if they are being jerks to him. I'm just glad he's bringing out the best in himself. He's incredibly talented and hardworking, and has such a kind heart, so it's great to finally watch him get his due after years of being misguided and discouraged by his environment. Plus, he's made me a much better person as well. I'm much more confident and productive than I used to be, and I've loosened up and learned to have fun. Just to preface this whole thing, I'm not a 10 out of 10 knockout or anything, but I think most people would consider me to be pretty. I met my husband in high school when his hobbies included weed, video games, and playing guitar badly. He was chubby, short, going through an emo phase, and covered in bad acne. My father hated him. Obviously he stole my heart immediately. When we got out of high school he worked mainly in fast food, while I was a college student. He lived with his parents. My sisters were sure we'd break up and tried to convince me I could do better, but he's my best friend, so I didn't care in the slightest. While I was in college he thought about going into the military, so he started working out daily. He got very fit very fast and decided he no longer wanted to be in the military, but wanted to go back to school. Just getting older and changing his diet cleared up his acne. Going back to school got him interested in dressing better. No other way to say it, he glowed up. He's now on his way to being an electrical engineer, is still my best friend, and is honest to God out of my league in looks/physique. I'm crazy lucky that I caught on early and saw that potential and that bone structure. I've got it the other way. My significant other of 25 plus years was a successful male model and pro athlete. A goodly proportion of his self-esteem came from his looks and physicality. A few years ago he ended up in a wheelchair plus getting a horrible cancer. He's aged, to put it mildly, and his legs have wasted away. It's come out that in the back of his mind he thinks I'll leave him, because he's not the man he was. Silly guy. I've always loved him for his big heart and disposition. He really hasn't changed at all in my eyes. I was in that position too. My wife would turn every head in the room. When she walked into it, she fell in love with my writing, read some of my stuff, tracked me down, and asked me out. I'm not usually flustered around women, but when I took my first look I said to myself, well, it looks like we're just going to be friends. At the end of the date she said, hey, let's go mountain biking next Saturday. I said, great. At the time, I was heavily into competitive mountain biking and I found out she was able to keep up with me. We ended up being mountaineering guides, buying a sailboat, and living on it for 7 years, sailing across oceans. After we got married I asked her, so what was it? Why do you want to marry me? She replied, you're the first person, man, I've come across that really listened to me. You're also the first man to have cared for and respect my intelligence. You're also a good man, Dean, and cute. You mean I'm not handsome? Wife, oh no, you're just cute. So why do you decided to marry me, Dean? Me, your boobies. And then we laughed our asses off.